everyone! This is going to be my first post-convention wrap-up. Today I'm going over Sakura-Con and NorWesCon, which is an art show. I had to do these on the same weekend, so it was kind of crazy. First setup at NorWesCon here, you can see my lovely panels, and immediately following this I went over to the Washington State Convention Center to set up for Sakura-Con. And they're two completely different shows. Sakura-Con is an anime-based show, and NorWesCon is just more of an art gallery sci-fi fantasy. You can see my amazing cart here. This sucker can fit my entire booth setup, as you can see. That cart has a weight load of like 660 pounds, and I love it. I can get everything on there, and the less trips I make to the booth from the car, the better. And so I'm just gonna basically talk about kind of my experience for Sakura-Con. It's a really good show for me, and I managed to grab myself a corner booth for this year, which was so awesome, and I love it because there's so much space. I ended up asking for, or well, I paid for it, so I rented an additional 8-foot table, and then I brought 3 of my own 4-foot tables, so I had tons of table space, and I set it up with a shelf so that I could prop up my prints on the back. So this part right here is just kind of the day before this. So this was the main day of setup, and I normally don't put out product until the following morning, which would be Friday morning, the first day of the show. It took me a while to figure out where I wanted to set everything up, but after messing with it, I am so happy with the final result. And this little clip here is just me walking from the bathrooms back to my booth, and I thought it was fun to see a little bit of the show floor before it opened that day. And yeah, so there's my main booth. There we go, turn the lights on there, and you can see all of the product. This was kind of a new setup for me, trying a few different things, including all of the dragon brush, the little 8x10s there set up on the right side of the booth. And the playmats went onto the corner, which they normally end up on the end of the table and they don't really get seen very well. But it worked out really nicely to have them on the corner because everyone saw them, and I was really happy that I managed to sell through most of them, which was really cool. But yeah, it was overall an amazing experience, and the attendees at this show are always so fun and lively, and the costumes are crazy. And as far as the setup goes, I guess there's not too much to talk about. My aim with the way that I set up the booth is to have everything as visible as possible and kind of like a grab and go situation. So when you walk up, all you have to do, except for the playmats, is grab whatever prints you want, and you just tell me how many you've got and pay for them and you go. So that way there's not a whole lot of waiting around. If there's more people there, it's easier to get everyone kind of just taken care of as fast as possible, so you're not stuck there for too long. The start of the convention is always the best. Here's a little clip of the beginning of the convention when they're letting in the first crowd. Overall, really crazy weekend. Saturday, I was busier than I have ever been at any convention I've ever gone to. And I do about 10 to 13 shows a year. So that says a lot. Like, this year has blown my past years out of the water, and Sakura-Con treats me very well, so I really look forward to going back to this show, especially, and everyone is just super nice here, and the promoters are great and everything, so I really enjoy it, and I feel like it's a show that I want to continue supporting. The convention is over! All packed up and ready to go back home. At this point, I am absolutely exhausted, you guys. I try not to record myself too much during conventions because my eyes get the darkest circles underneath of them every time. You can always tell like how completely drained and tired I am, but I tried my best. See, I gave you a smile at the end there. Anyways, short and sweet. I hope you guys liked this and enjoyed it. There's a list of my conventions, so stop by, say hi, and I will see you next time. Bye!